Hello everyone, it is Achi here at Booking It with Achi. Welcome or welcome back to another video. And today we're going to get into my September wrap up and highlights. I'm going to tell you everything that I read, as well as star ratings, stats, and then talk about some of the standout reads from the month of September. Before we get started, I do want to remind you that I do have an Etsy shop where you can get yourself some, if I do say so myself, beautifully designed bookmarks. Stickers will be coming in 2026, which I'm super excited about. You have no idea. I'm a sticker girly. I love me some stickers, especially bookish stickers. So those are coming in 2026. Make sure you favorite the shop on Etsy so you are notified every time that I put up a new listing. And also I have a bonfire if you want to get yourself some shirts, sweatshirts, totes, mugs, or hats. And let's dive right in, starting with everything that I read, including some DNFs. Starting with The Butcher of the Forest by Premi Mohammed, 4.25 stars. Big Chicas Don't Cry by Annette Chavez Macias, 3.75 stars. Kiss Me Maybe by Gabriela Gomez, 4 stars. Brighter Than Scale, Swifter Than Flame by Neon Yang, 4 stars. And then I read a series of picture books, or several picture books: Bitter Tea and Rock Candy, The Suit, A Flea for Justice, Mama's Special Wonton Soup. Continuing with The Hanging Dolls by Ruhi Chowdhury, 4 stars. Akane Banache, volumes 11 and 12. The Game is Afoot by Elise Bryant, 4.5 stars. Those Beyond the Wall by Micaiah Johnson, 5 stars. The Opportunity by T.M. Richardson, 4.5 stars. I DNF'd Mama Day by Gloria Naylor. I also DNF'd Our Vicious Descent by Haley Dennings. And another DNF, Gita Desai Is Not Here to Shut Up by Sonia Patel. Then I continued with The Bangalore Detectives Club by Harini Nagendra, which I gave 4 stars. A Lethal Lady by Nekesa Afia, 4.5 stars. I DNF'd Lore of the Tides by Anile Sabrana. Murder Under a Red Moon by Harini Nagendra, 4 stars. Sister Samurai by Tatiana Obey, 5 stars. The Gatekeeper's Stall by Antoine Bandel, 4 stars. Bluebird by Attica Locke, 4 stars. The Dragon by Kenya Wright, 4.25 stars. Witchlings by Clarabelle Ortega, 4 stars. Blood Moon by Brittany S. Lewis, 4.5 stars. I DNF'd I Am King by Damien Shillingford. The Unexpected Diva by Tiffany L. Warren, 4 stars. The King's Beast, Volume 4. Insomniacs After School, Volume 8. Yin Yang Love Song by Lauren Kung Jessen, 5 stars. Unexpected Pass by A. Blossom, 4.5 stars. Light Seekers by Femi Kayode, 3.75 stars. Skin by E.B. Zaboy, 3.5 stars. History Lessons by Zoe B. Walbrook, 4 stars. To Shape a Dragon's Breath by Monica Hill Blackgoose, 5 stars. Sunny Disposition by Deanna Gray, 3 stars. The Ending Fire by Sarah El Arifi, 4.75 stars. I DNF'd When a Wolf Loves the Moon by Granger. Something Cheeky by Thien Kim Lam, 3.75 stars. And rounding it out with Opal Watson, Private Eye by Brittany J. Thurman, 4 stars. Quite a few DNF last month. I just, and maybe because I was in a competitive readathon where I truly did not have time to be in a slump, but the discernment was sharp last month. What was it, like 8 DNFs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DNFs, which is quite high. I think the last time I had that many DNFs, well, it might have been August. It might have been the month before. Again, another readathon that was competitive. So I did not have the patience for books that simply were not doing it for me. Going into stats, I read a total of 4,039 pages and listened to a total of 81.20 hours. 13 of the books were ARCs, advanced reader copies, or gifts from publishers. 10 of the books had queer representation. 5 were indie published books, which is great because I've been trying to incorporate more of those into my reading. 15 of them were 2025 releases, which is also awesome. And 8 were from my already owned backlist TBR, which is always a good thing. So there were 6 standout titles. 2 of them, however, I've already spoken about in a vlog, my science fiction and fantasy novella vlog, which is already out. You should definitely check that out. 2 of them I talk about in there, and that is The Butcher in the Forest and Brighter Than Scale, Swifter Than Flame. So to find out my thoughts on that, go watch that vlog. And another 2 are actually going to get their own separate review videos, which is wild to me because I don't do that. I haven't done review videos for a book, like a soul video for a soul book, in years. But these 2 particular books, I was writing down the notes for this wrap up and I was like, no, these 2 need their own video. So you're going to get a review video for Blood Moon by Brittany S. Lewis, and you're going to get a review video for To Shape a Dragon's Breath by Monica Blackbooktube. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the little bell so you're notified when those videos come out. And that leaves 2 books to talk about. This is going to be a very quick wrap up, but hey, easier for me to edit, right? Exactly. So the first one being Those Beyond the Wall by Micaiah Johnson. This is a desert sci-fi novel, and it's the sequel to The Space Between Worlds. This book took me by surprise. I have notes, but I'll probably also just like speak off the dome. This book was so good. I'm mad that it took me this long to read it. I've had it since it came out in, I think, 2023 or 2024. And I don't know why I put it off. I really don't. But it's about revolution, the cost of justice, the false magnanimity of separate but equal, and trickle down politics, and how like those two latter things that I mentioned don't work for people who are marginalized. They never work. They really don't. They barely work for people who aren't marginalized. There's just this illusion of working, but it's not true. It beautifully balances social and political commentary. There's radical character development, which I appreciated, heart-wrenching character dynamics, and it's perfectly placed humor and engrossing plot. It did everything well. Actually, it did everything excellently, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. There's a focus on and appreciation of community and safer spaces, and how we all flourish as a society when communities are built around encouraging everyone to exist as their authentic selves, and we make space for that and we make accommodations for that, and when differences in thinking ability and other social norms are accommodated without questions. I loved the sibling relationship that is prevalent throughout this book. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and there's this reverence for siblinghood that Micaiah Johnson gives in this book that just really tugged on my heartstrings as a sister. And it interrogates pretty privilege, the privilege of those with Eurocentric adjacent features, and the privilege given to those with citizenship of an empire. And it did everything that it needed to do. If you can't tell, I gave it 5 stars, which I did mention before. But I'm looking forward to seeing what else Micaiah Johnson puts out, because this one was a highlight of 2025 for me, without a doubt. Another highlight and another book where I'm like, why did it take me so long to read this, is Sister Samurai by Tatiana Obey. I have read her other 2 books, Bones to the Wind and Dragon Your Bones. Thoroughly enjoy them. They are new adult fantasy books. This one is, I actually have it. Where is it? I have it right here because I need to go back and annotate it. So I guess I'll just like shortly read the synopsis. This is no revenge story. I ain't got time for that. I've got errands to run and things to do and barely enough time to make it home before sundown. I don't care why folks are going around stealing ink. I don't care why the monks are acting kind of strange. I don't care that everybody is expecting me to save them. I might be a sister samurai, but those days playing hero were back when my knees didn't ache and I wasn't the only one left. So leave me alone. All I want to do is get home, drink some green tea lemonade, and enjoy my peace. I'm not asking for much, so why are all these demons daring to get in my way? I'm not the one. Not today. Love it. Absolutely love it. Also, the cover is stunning. And this pays homage to Afro Samurai, and it features a feudal Japan inspired setting, but like with Black people, and it's just incredible and great. I found the ink based magic system so cool and inventive, and I could see myself in this world. Probably not as a sister samurai. Actually, maybe I could. I don't know. We'll see. I love that the chapters are named after songs. It helps set a soundtrack to the story, and I even like have the actual playlist in Apple Music, and it's such a huge vibe. It's humorous, it has descriptive writing, and there's a celebration and a reverence of Black girlhood, Black womanhood, and Black sisterhood that was just chef's kiss. Absolutely loved it. And I read this exactly when I needed it, and it reminded me that my very existence and joy are in active resistance. And I needed to read that in a book. I really did. And I gave that one 5 stars. But yeah, that's what I read. Those are 2 of the 6 standouts. Again, if you want to hear my thoughts on the 2 novellas, check out my SFF novella vlog. And then I have 2 reviews for Blood Moon and The Shape of Dragon's Breath coming out later in the month. Make sure you have hit the notification bell so you're notified when those drop. And yeah, all of my links are down below: social media, Discord, Etsy, Bonfire. If you want to further support the channel, you can become a channel member or a Patreon member. Always appreciated as well. And my Amazon wish list is always down below. I always forget that one. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.
Weakness showing, I ain't living for the moment. I see what's mine and I want it. Hungry like a Pac-Man, I'm Bruce Wayne and Batman. I'm Naruto with a Hanzo, got a sharp mind like I'm Einstein. Plus I'm copywriting, so it's all mine. Check it for me, I'm